yes, it's been a while. I definitely have been not so well with my sinuses. Anyway, so I thought I'd do a little video today on covering a pen. Now, I'm doing this because it shouldn't be so long and I won't have to keep my head bent over for a long period of time and get all plugged up again. So I'm just going to do this one in a cane. I'm just trimming off some stuff with my flower cane that I did the other day. It's really pretty, so I thought I'd use this one. And I'm going to put it on some white. And these, well, this pen is from where I work, Yarmouth Argyle Home Sports Services. And all you do is you're going to take out your pen inside and cover the outside, because this is a big pen. And big pens work well for putting them in the oven. So that's why we're using this one. Now there are other ways of doing these. Today I'm doing it by covering the case of it. So I've rolled this out on a medium setting on my pasta machine, which on mine it goes from 1 to 7, and it's on 4. So it's about halfway through. So anyway, I'm gonna set that aside before I stick it back in and forget. And I'm gonna reduce this because, you know, I don't want my flowers this big. And these are just leftover ones that I had from the other day. And I'm gonna thin them out a little bit more because when I did my trinket box, it didn't matter to me how thick they were, but doing the pen, I do want them thin. I'm not gonna need all this cane, so I'm gonna cut it in half. I'll set that one to the side. So I'm just going to reduce this one to a size that I like. I'm just squeezing it. Then I'll roll it, and I also have this little tiny one that I'm going to use as well. Yep, I'll roll this one out with me fingers to a size that I'm happy with. That's probably a good size there. Let's take a peek. Yeah, it's a good size. These ones are a little bigger, and then we have our tiny ones, but I want to flatten this out and I want to trim it some because it's really too thick for me. Just say it wasn't sticking all that great on the tile. I just want them a little bit thinner than what I have them. And why I don't want them too thick is because I don't want them bulging. Or I don't want them bulging, no. But I don't want my pen to be bulgy either. I'm gonna get that little pink piece off there. Trim around the edges a little bit. And I'll be cutting off some of these too as well, as thin as possible. Grabbing your flexible blade, as you see, pulling, keeping your fingers in close, and to the edge of this as possible, as thin as possible. And you get your little thin one. And I always, when I'm able to, I roll because it does get distorted. And then again, I don't know what Lucy's doing upstairs, but I keep hearing a bang. I'm gonna have to go see. She's still a pup and I don't trust her that much. Anyway, keep that one, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. And I'll cut some of the little tiny ones as well. And when I get those all cut up to put on here, I'll come back. And I'm gonna check on my dog. All right, now I'm back. Now let's measure out this piece. Like I said, I rolled this out on the floor. I'm just gonna line this up because I don't really wanna cut any more than I have to, or use any more than I have to. And there. I'm just going to trim it up on the sides here. Just like that. We don't need this. Put that off to the side. And now I'm just going to lay my flowers on it. And I'm going to use, what I'm going to use. Oh, there she goes, ripping up the stairs. And I'm just going to randomly put this on here. I may not even use all of them because I don't want a lot on here. It's my fingernail I just drove in there. Yeah, trim my nails off. I put these, it's called Color Street nails, on my nails a couple weeks ago. I've been working in the garden, digging in dirt. I've been doing stuff and I'm thinking, well, this stuff actually does work pretty good. I don't know my crooked fingers, but it's been a while since they've been on and they're still going. Oops, got two. That one I didn't cut too thin. If I need it, I'll use it. If I don't, it can stay there. My cute little tiny ones. I'll stick on. No special spot, just sticking them on there. I'm gonna have to use this to help me pick them up. They just don't work well for me. See? Whoopsie. There. Got a couple more of these little tiny ones on. Oh, she's into something again. She's such a little bugger. I gotta use my blade because I just ruin them with that. My nose is still not doing so great. It's nothing going on. I'll stick one down here, and I think, what do you think? One here maybe? All right. I'm gonna leave that blank, so I might add something in there after I put it on my pen. Because now some of these are still fairly thick, thicker than I want. Whoops, I think I might have cut that a little too thin. Nope, I didn't. Okay, I don't need that on there. Little scraps over here to the side. But yeah, if you see any that are still kind of bumpy, just take your blade carefully and trim it like you would a mica shift. And no, I'm not perfect. We all still make mistakes. I find it can be difficult talking and working, doing this at the same time, because your concentration isn't like it should be, probably, but you know, I get the job done. I do want to get it thin, and only because I don't want my pen bulky. I mean, if it is, I don't really mind, but it is just for me. If I was going to try and sell it or something, yeah, no. Yeah, see, I trimmed that one off a little bit too much. That's okay, because I probably don't even need all of this to go around the pen. Yeah, let's just leave that alone. There. Sometimes we just do too much. Now let's varnish this a little bit now before we put it on the pen. Now where's Angela's paper? I have all kinds right here. Yeah, it'll work. I don't need the whole thing though. I'm going to rip it in half. There. Give it a nice little burnish. Still feeling it bumpy. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, fling. It's gone now. Whoops. I'm awfully noisy, aren't I? Doesn't feel too bad. No. And the gang's all here. The one you just came down to. Sure sounded like her. I'm going to take a wet cloth here. I'm going to put some alcohol on it. I can tell I use this for everything else. I'm going to get my white, a little bit of a wipe. Get all these marks off of it that I've gotten on it. It looks really good, you know. Just like so. I'll make it all pretty again, because it's really hard to keep white. In anything we do. Varnish it again. And there they go again up the stairs. Now let's see how that looks. Pretty good. The race is on. Let's see how we can get this on our pen so it looks half decent. I'm just going to do this. Cut around like this. Put it on my pen. I'm going to keep the whiter part down on the bottom. Come on, you two, behave. Lucy. That's my tissue board right here. Is Lucy not playing fair, Winnie? I'm not worried if it's not close enough, because I'll make it close enough. Just like this. I don't want it overlapping, so like I said, I don't want it thick, so we'll just trim it. And then we'll squeeze it in. I'm probably going to have to put you on pause again just so I can go and discipline my dog. I was going to get more material for the deck, so he's not here. There. Now just roll that out. Nice and smooth. Oh man. That's okay. We'll just do this. Maybe. I don't even know where that piece came from. There. See, fuzzy on it. Just roll it out nice and smooth. Like so. There. Now, it needs to be smooth, so that's my other white. Just gonna give it like little rolls, because you know you can't go like this, because then it's gonna come out and it won't look good. Not sure where this stuff is coming from. Come on. Try and keep white. I just want to do little rolls. And then we got to get this going down here. That's where the pen's going to go in. I'll trim the end off. like that. I truly do not like this little bumpy thing right here. But you just go over it until you get it to where you want it to be. All the imperfections are gone. Right? Right. So I'm going to finish playing with this until I'm happy with it, and then I'll be back. That shouldn't be too much longer. All right. Well, I'm quite happy with this, and I put a flower on the end of it too. It seems to be pretty good. Spots there. They come up everywhere. But just make sure you get your fingerprints and all that stuff cleared away. And then we'll put it in the oven. And I'll bake it in there for an hour. And I am using Primo. I tend to use Primo a lot. Oh, what did I do? Here it is. I don't like these little things right here, so I'm going to get rid of them. And they're gone. Little fuzzies, I do believe they are. There. Then I'll go bake this in the oven for an hour. And when it's done, we'll be back. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm trying to get rid of those little marks I just put in it. Okay, well there, I'll see you in an hour. All right, here it is out of the oven. I did give it a little bit of sanding. So now what I'm going to do with this is put my Renaissance wax on it. So I'm just going to put some on lightly. You don't need much of this. It works really, really well. I'm extremely impressed with this wax. I would recommend this to anyone to use. I did some stuff the other day, gave them a light buff. I was quite impressed at the shine that came out of it. I'll let that dry for a little bit. All I'm going to use is my cloth here to buff it up. I'll let it dry and I'll put another coat on it. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I heard somebody say that's what they do. That's on my plate here. There, put some more on. Guess I did some sanding. Sanded off some of my cane. Nothing severe. I'll tell you, a little bit of this goes a long way. There. I'll take my cloth and just give it a buff. I will say though, it does have quite a smell to it. It is strong. Strong, strong, strong. And there it is, all buffed. I'll stick my pen in. Hope I didn't get any clay in the way. Nope. There we go. Just like that. I have me another pen. It's my other one, which is much thicker. It still works. And now I have two. There. Well, I want to thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you in the next tutorial. Have a good one.